Okay, remember, you're going to copy down everything I do. So on your paper, put warm up week 2. Make sure you put your name and the class period. So I'm only doing the front side if you turned it in. So the first one was 34 plus 15 plus 34. So the easiest way to do this is just line it up. I always put a decimal at the end so that I know to line it up. You don't have to, but we'll make it easier for you because you just line up the decimals. As I add this, I'm going to go down the straight side, the right side. 4 plus 5 is 9, plus 4 is 13, carry the 1. 1 plus 3 is 4, plus 1 is 5, plus 3 is 8. So number 1, the answer is 83. Number 2 was 51 minus 21 minus 14. So again, I'm going to line it up, but this time, when I line it up, I'm going to do one at a time. So 51 minus 21. 1 minus 1 is 0. 5 minus 2 is 3. Now I'm going to take this answer here, the 30, and I'm going to subtract the 14 from it. So I'm going to do my step-by-step order of operations. So this time I have to borrow, excuse me, that's a 1. So my answer to this number 2 is 16. Number 3 said 3 parentheses 7 plus 5. So first thing I'm going to do is parentheses mean multiply. So I'm going to multiply 3 times 7 is 21 plus 5 is 26. So my answer is 26. Number 4 was 49 divided by 7. So remember, you put the 7 outside, the 49 inside. As I divide this out, 7 does not go into 4. 7 will go into 49 7 times, which is 49. So my answer to this problem is 7. Number 5 says 4/5 plus 3/5. So since I'm adding fractions, I keep my denominator. It's got to be the same. So I'm going to keep my denominator, and I'm just going to add my numerators. So I'm going to say 4 plus 3 is 7. So 7/5 is correct, but remember, it's improper, so I do have to divide it out. So 5 will go into 7 one time, with 2 left over, and I go clockwise. 1 and 2/5 is the correct answer there. Number 6. Remember, I'm going kind of fast on this, so if you want to stop it at any time, you're more than welcome to, so that you understand what you're doing. So number 6 says 3/4 minus 2/4. Again, I'm subtracting fractions. All I need is the same denominator, which I have is 4, so I keep it. And now I'm going to subtract 3 minus 2, which is 1. And that's already in simplest form, so my answer is 1/4. Number 7 said 1/5 times 4/6. Now, as I do this, I do not need a common denominator. I just multiply straight across. So I'm going to say 1 times 4 is 4. 5 times 6 is 30. Now, 4/30 is correct, but I can simplify 4/30. So if you're really not sure what goes into 4 and 30, you can always do your sled. And we talked about that. It's even, so 2 goes into 4 2 times. 2 goes into 30 15 times. So this right here is my simplified answer of 2/15. Or you can just divide the 4 by 2 and the 30 by 2. Number 8 says 7/8 divided by 2/5. So first thing, they're already fractions, so I don't need to worry about any of that. I'm going to do my K, C, F. So what the KCF stands for is keep the first one, 7/8, change division to multiplication, and flip the second fraction. That's your reciprocal. So now when I multiply, I get 7 times 5, which is 35, 8 times 2, which is 16. Now I want to figure out how many times 16 will go into 35. Well, I know 16 doesn't go into 3. 16 will go into 35 2 times, which is 32. Subtract, get my 3. And remember, you write it clockwise. So my answer to number 8 is 2 3/16. Number 9 was probably the hardest problem in here. It's a word problem. It says Gordon has 4 23 and 9-ounce jars of spaghetti sauce. So I'm going to look at that and I'm going to multiply 23 and 9/10 times 4. So 4 times 9 is 36, carry the 3. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 3 is 15, carry the 1. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9. I have 1 digit behind the decimal, so when I get down here, I move it over 1 time. So that problem with the 4 jars, Gordon has 95 6/10 ounces of spaghetti sauce. It takes 4 78 ounces of spaghetti sauce to make 1 pizza. If Gordon uses all the sauce, so he's going to use all this sauce, so I'm going to take 95 6/10, and I want to divide it by 4 78/100. So that's the first step right there. I set it up correctly. Now, if you remember, I got to move my decimal over 2 places. 1, add a 0, move it over it again 2 places. So that's kind of sloppy. I'm going to write it over again. So I have 4 78. I have 9560. My decimal is right there. I'm going to move it up to the top. Now I'm just going to divide. Does 478 go into 9? No. Does 478 go into 95? No. Does 478 go into 957? The answer is yes. So how many times does it go in? It should be 2 times, which is the 956. But then I still got that extra 0 there. So my answer to this problem should be 20. How many, what's the maximum amount of pizza you can make? 20. So the answer to this problem is B. So there's the work. And finally, number 10. It says the cost of dinner for 3 people is $20.25. Which is the best estimate of the price per person? So it's probably easier, since I know my threes tables, and I know that $20.25, 3 will go into $21. So I might round that up to 21, so that I know that 3 will go into that 7 times. So my answer would be C. So make sure you turn this in to me on Tuesday if you want the points.